Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the prophet Obadiah, and it's a book really we should read. Obadiah is speaking to the Edomites who threw in with Babylon to take down Israel. And there's a certain element in which this was God's work to punish Israel. But what we hear is that you took it too far. And that was true both, not just for Edom, but also for Babylon. And so let's hear what he has to say. He says the prophet says that the Lord has revealed his word to us. And it is a word for Edom, and which is Esau is their ancestor. So they are descendants of Esau, and they're supposed to be brothers of Israel. And the prophets say, we've heard the word from the Lord, and an envoy, an ambassador of the Lord was sent to these nations and to Edom and say, you should get ready for what God is going to do to you. And the Lord says, I'm going to make you, Edom, I'm going to make you so small, you're going to be utterly despised and humiliated. In other words, the greater nations are going to gulp you down. And all of this is because where Edom should have shown compassion to Israel as it went through its travail with the Babylonians, instead, Edom took advantage. And it says, the pride of your heart has deceived you. And what a great verse. That is a verse to memorize, right? And you think because you live in the heights and the craggy hills that they're going to protect you. Who can bring me down to the ground? And isn't that the words of every person who's proud in their own human flesh, right? The Almighty does not endure our confidence in our temporary life. The Lord actually hates our trust in the flesh, and he despises the pride of our impious hearts. And so and the thing is that the Lord actually calls us to trust in him, because only then could we be safe, be rescued from the brokenness of this world and be safe. But the Edomites are trusting in their mountain fortresses. And so he says, even from your height, the Lord says in verse 4, I will bring you down. No matter how high someone thinks they are, the Lord will bring them down. It'd be better if thieves came and robbed you, because at least they'll leave some stuff, because when I come, I'm going to take everything away from you. You will be, as it says in verse 7, all those who were once your allies, they're going to turn on you, and they're going to drive you completely out of your own boundaries, your own borders. Your friends deceived you, and they're going to turn on you. And as he goes on, in that day declares the Lord, I will destroy the wise men, the great military minds, the great government minds, whatever it is. The foolishness of God is wiser than the wisest of human beings, as Paul says. And he says, your warriors are going to tremble and shake. They're not going to be able to come against me. And why? Because you took it too far. You took it too far, Edom, because of the violence against, as it says in verse 10, you are going to be covered with shame. You're going to be destroyed forever. There's going to be a heap of bodies because you're going to be punished. And what does Jesus say about our enemies? That we should pray for them. And so you think about how Edom didn't do that for Israel. Well, hey, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.